What's up everybody, this is Dani Reardon and we're about to go train some arms. 8 weeks out from the Arnold Classic and I'm freaking excited. Things are falling into place, you know, everything's rolling. And really cool, I just want to mention, and I hope you guys check it out, I did an interview with Dave Palumbo the other day for Live With, and I really encourage everybody to check it out. He asked me some like really deep questions, stuff that I've been wanting to talk about, meaning to talk about, so check it out. And today's arm day, I'm gonna give you guys some tips and some tricks on how I train my arms and some things I keep in mind. So hopefully this video will shed some light on some new arm training techniques for you. So for these, a little secret that I'll share with you is actually at the top of the movement, I turn my pinky in as far as I can and get a really good contraction on the bicep. And then we're gonna try to hold for a 3-second negative on the way down. Okay, and then up, twist your pinky, and then come down. And one other thing about these is when you're at the bottom of the movement, make sure that your arm is all the way straightened, because that's actually the fully lengthened position of your bicep. So your tricep is almost flexed. And then you go to do this. Twist the pinky all the way down. Up, all the way down. So for these, I really like to focus on the squeeze at the top and then bringing it down nice and slow, focusing on the negative, and not letting your arms fall too far this way, because then you release the tension. So what you want to do is keep it here and do it this way. And then really focus on that contraction at the top. So for these, I really like to focus on just using my biceps, not my shoulders. Don't rock, don't swing it, use your arms. This, slow and controlled on the way down. And then up. And I don't let my elbows fall behind my belly because it keeps more tension on my biceps. Hammer curls. For these, what I like to focus on is getting my elbow under at the top. I'm getting a good squeeze on my bicep. It's kind of weird because you're in kind of a weird position, but try to get elbow under. On the way down, all the way out, flex your tricep again, and then come up. I try to almost pick my elbow up a little bit too, just to get a better contraction. So for preacher curls, what I like to do is really focus on the negative portion. Of course, squeezing at the top always, but these I really like to focus on the eccentric portion because it's just important as a concentric. So be aware when you're working out. So whenever you're training biceps, something to keep in mind is the fully lengthened portion of your bicep and the fully contracted portion. So like I said before, the fully lengthened portion is almost in a tricep pose. So kind of behind your body, this is fully lengthened. What most people don't know is that this is not the fully contracted portion of your bicep. It's actually behind your head here. We didn't do these today, but normally you can take a cable and come this way. And if you notice, it kind of mimics a front double bicep that you do on stage. So practice how you compete. So one of my favorite things to train is triceps because I've always wanted really good triceps. And a couple tips just to keep in mind whenever you're training them is to keep your elbows close to your body, keep them in, or if they're up here, keep them in, and then actually push through your tricep. Stop just trying to move the weight, actually use your muscle. So here we go. So tricep push down. Like I mentioned before, the fully contracted position of your tricep is here. Or actually it's behind your body a little bit, but I can't go that far. So come up nice and slow and controlled, keeping the tension. Don't come up here because now you're your tension's released. So stay here and come down past your body. And almost pose it at the bottom because it's pretty much what you do on stage. So for tricep dips, like I mentioned before, what you need to keep in mind is keep your elbows in towards each other. Don't let them fly out to the side because now you're working a different muscle. So do your best to keep your elbows back and pushing through your triceps. And this is a good movement that you can actually focus on the negative and go really slow and controlled on the way down, and then power up. Okay, so here's another variation of the skull crusher. I do like these also because one, you're isolating one arm from the other, and two, like I mentioned before, we're in the fully lengthened position right here. So we're getting a full range of motion, which means we're fully hypertrophying our muscles. Now we're gonna switch it around and go overhead, and if you remember, like I said before, the fully contracted portion of your bicep is actually here, behind your head. So if that's what we're starting, that must be the fully lengthened position of your tricep. So if you start in this position, it's really good because we're getting a full range of motion with this workout. So here we go. Again, keep your elbows in, use your triceps, and push through them. So whenever you're doing skull crushers, you want to keep your elbows in, again, like I said before, and push through your triceps, here. And try to come all the way back to get a full range of motion, and then come up. You don't really want to be moving your elbows too much. So just like this. And this one, I actually like because it gives me a chance to work on my lagging tricep, because the other one's there to just kind of pick up the slack if it needs to. These are like my favorite. So we're 8 weeks out from the Arnold Classic, and I just want to thank a couple people real quick. I want to thank Workout Anytime for letting us use their gym today in their facility. It's really nice and clean. And I also want to thank Team Sims for a badass arm workout, and check them out on Instagram. It's like @little Sim Solutions. So check them out. They're awesome coaches. I want to thank Fit Hustle for being awesome clothing sponsors. That's where my hoodie is from. And I want to thank you, babe. I like this gym. They have rides. Tricep Town. Striation Town.